Hello everyone, this is first video of personal administration, and in this particular video we will discuss the question and answers of previous years that were asked in UPSC. And as you know that personal means the people that manage the whole administration, that is, it is related to the management of the people who are working in the organization. So we will start now. Okay. And first topic is that importance of human resource development. So on this topic, only five questions have been asked in previous 20 years maybe, and I will tell you one questions one by one. So this is the first question, that to talk of administrative modernization and still continue with the conventional practice of public personal administration is a gross incongruity. Offer suggestions to initiate radical reforms in human resource management of public administrative systems. So this particular question was asked in 2008, and it is of 60 marks. And before this particular means right now they are not asking 60 marks question. They are asking generally 20 marks, 15 marks, like this. A single question will be having three parts, and you have to answer all three for 20, 20, and 15 marks, like that. So this type of huge questions do not come. So you have to be very specific right now while you are answering your questions. Okay, coming on this particular question, let's see what this question demands. Okay, so here the demand is that to talk of administrative modernization. So this is first keyword, administrative modernization. Okay, and still continue with conventional practice of public personal administration. So second keyword is conventional practice of public personal administration. So you have to write your answers in context of these two keywords, keys, sentences, or whatever you can say. And third is gross incongruity, means in this statement it is saying that we need administrative modernization, but still we are following the previous methods or conventional methods of personal administration. So only we are talking about the modernization. So we have a gross incongruity, means they both do not agree with each other. So we have to offer suggestions to initiate radical reforms in human resource management. And human resource management means every aspect related to personal management of public administrative system or private administrative system. It does not matter, everywhere you have to do the same reforms in order to improve the personal administration. So we will start that. So first of all, you should know what is the conventional practice of personal administration and how to improve it and include modern or new reforms. So these are some of the aspects of personal administration. First is recruitment, second is training, wait, training, and then performance appraisal, promotion, and grievance redressal. So we will talk about these things one by one. So first is recruitment. So right now the our civil services are career based. So and promotion is on seniority. So the career based service should be there, but there should also be a lateral entry at higher level. Promotion should be not only just on seniority, but it should be on merit come seniority, means both merit and seniority should be included. There should be transparency and predictability in promotion, and corruption in recruitment should be reduced, because a lot of state government scams we have seen in PCS examinations as well as lower grades also. So except UPSC, we can see corruption in each and every level of recruitment. If corruption will be there, how can we get efficient and meritorious candidates? So these are some of the uh, problems and how to solve them. Then the training system, right now the training system is also lacking enough research and development or enough coherence with the demands of the job. So there should be induction training means before joining the job there should be proper training of how to deal or tackle with the problems that will be arising. Also there should be more specialized training schools and training to all grades of employees, that is even D grade employees. Mid career training, training before promotions, aptitude training, sensitivity or T group training, case studies, professional training, national training policy should be developed and implemented. So these are some of the things regarding training. Even our ARC report has told that there should be a national public administration school and there should be a these particular institutes, that LBSNA, National Police Academy, all these should be developed more. There should be more funds and more experts should be there inducted, so that they can provide very special training. So training reforms are needed. Also, these are some of the problems in training, that currently training is received by only 20% officers. Training such as foreign tours grabbed by senior level officers, not proper scores. Research and development is lacking, mostly lecture based, not proper emphasis on administrative law, because they also do a lot of quasi judicial functions, but still they don't know everything about administrative law. So this is a lacking thing. Then career development training missing, means training in order to make them suitable for the higher jobs. Then post training placement, you are given training of something else, and then after that when you go to your ministry they will appoint you to something else. Say for example, you have taken training of environmental studies and they will appoint you to the industrial section. So there is no congruency between what you receive as a in training and what where you are appointed. Also, the performance appraisal system should be based on 360-degree feedback. 360-degree feedback means you will yourself give feedback, then your peers, the people who are working with you, then people who work under you, your clients and customers, that is citizens, then your boss, everyone should give feedback on your annual confidential report. Then management by objectives, so that means that the objectives should be clear and they should be totally defined between the manager as well as the organization leader, and the results are more important. And role analysis, these are some of the PA's methods. Then promotions, they should be timely, transparent, objective, seniority come common exam for middle level promotions, top level lateral entry, pay scale comparable to private sector. These are some of the reforms in promotions. Then there should be adoption of lateral and flatter structure, less control and promoting reward and punishment. Right now the people who do not do work, they are not punished, and people who do exceptional work, they are not rewarded. So this should be removed. So these are some of the points. Actually this particular thing, how to initiate radical reforms in human resource management, you can talk about so many things by which you can improve the personal administration in our public administration. So that's it. You can write very good answer and you can get easily enough marks. Mostly the questions are asking same thing again and again, and I will keep on telling you. Public personal administration is concerned with a number of functions. This is question 2. So elaborate. And why are procurement and developmental functions important? So here it is very easy. You have to just tell that what are the different functions which are there in public personal administration. And second part is why the procurement is necessary and why the developmental functions are necessary in public personal administration. So see, PPA is concerned with all these things, that is recruitment, training, career development, performance management, performance appraisal, promotion, improving organizational culture and organizational development, ethics and values, discipline, code of conduct, grievance redressal mechanism. So basically you have to just tell your syllabus only that these are the headlines of the topics that I have read, and that is all related to PPA. And then procurement important because that is recruitment, sound recruitment policy. Why it is important? Because you need fit persons, and also the person should be suitable for public service, and best qualified candidates are required. If the people who are getting inducted into the service, their quality is bad, so how, no matter how much training and um, organizational culture you give to them, they won't be producing that good results. So good people means good base material is needed for sound public service. And then developmental functions, here you can write so many points. You can make it by yourself that why good people are needed to be recruited, and why they should be given enough pay and enough incentive to remain in the service. And then developmental functions, this is a very wide topic. It consists of everything development, just not here, since we are talking about personal development. So you just should not think like it is developmental function in district or something. Developmental functions are related to how to improve the personal administration. So here you have to talk about career development of the people who are inducted, then promotion, what is the promotional policy, right training, public interface, how to improve that, induction training, performance appraisal, organizational development, sensitive and responsible administration, and so many things you can talk about. So you can improve the developmental functions of your officers. Sorry, not developmental functions of officers, but developmental functions of personal administration of in public organizations. Then coming on the third question, and now three questions back to back, they are almost same thing. The third question is, it is said that the generalist rationale was part of a revealed truth all of us should have known better, for in a world of increasing scientific and technical complexity it has compelling inadequacies. Discuss. So this is again question of 60 marker, and you have to write at least 4 5 pages, but right now it's not required. Here they are saying that generalist rationale was part of a revealed truth, means journalists have been occupying better posts and better they are getting better career service and pay conditions, everything is better for journalists, and they were accepted as the norm. But right now what is happening that the complexity is increasing, technical as well as scientific, and that has resulted in journalists being inadequate to hold posts, many posts. So here the question is basically asking you generalist versus specialist. So you have to just tell what are the points favoring generalist, what are the points favoring specialist, and why specialist should replace generalist in many areas. Here more focus should be on specialist because that's what this question asks about, and why specialist should be given more preference, that is the crux of the question. Coming on the question 4, I will tell you the answer later in this particular video. Question 4 is, be it an occupation or a profession, public personnel has certainly developed a series of sub-specialists and techniques that over the years have combined to produce an organizational subsystem that must be staffed by experts if it is to meet the standards set by public personnel administration. Explain. Okay, so here again, as you can see that they are asking about that sub specialist, means okay, generalists should manage the whole administration, but there are sub specialists, means there are some parts of the organization which needs manning by a specialist. So that specialization is needed because that is the part of right now your complex organization, and that's why you need someone who is competent enough to hold that specialist post, that is technical post. So again you have to talk about same things, generalist versus specialist. All right. And then the third question is, the administrator is a layman rather than a specialist, or at least he has about him something of the qualities of a layman. Comment. So this question came for 20 marker. As you can see here that here the question is talking about layman, that is generalist, and generalist has something about him, qualities of a layman. And layman means a person who can means who can work generally for everything. So here you have to just talk about generalist, what are the properties of the generalist, why they are suitable for higher administrative post, why are they suitable for different training as well as different positions that they hold. So in first question you have to talk more about specialist, here you have to talk about their differences, and here you have to talk about generalist. So I will tell you the answers now. See, all the three questions can be answered by generalist versus specialist debate, and we will mostly focus on generalist in India as well as specialist also. So generalist in India can be appointed in any field of administration. They perform POST-COR function. POST-COR means planning, organization, staffing, directing, CO for coordinating, R for B for busting, R for I think recruitment, or I don't know, recruitment maybe. So Generalists are IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS, IAAS, that is Indian Audit and Account Service, Indian Foreign Service, Police Service, Revenue Service, Administrative Service, Indian Postal Service, Central Secretariat Service. So these particular services are generalist in nature, means their officers can be appointed in any field, and they are not technical services, they are non-technical. Although with the proper training and means being in same field, working in same field throughout their life, they become specialists. Say for example, IPS will become a specialist in law and order administration. Similarly, IRS will become a specialist in revenue administration. IAS will become a specialist in audit and accounts. So they become a specialist later, but generally they are generalists, they are considered generalists. So just remember, these are the services. Only IAS is not generalist, all of them are generalist. And why they are? Because see, IPS can be appointed anywhere. He can be appointed in your regular police, then he can be appointed in paramilitary services, he can be appointed in CBI, he can be appointed in IB, NIA, National Investigation Agency, that chiefly targets terrorism related activities. So this is how you think, like IRS can be appointed as secretariat, and he could be related to revenue administration or some advisory function. He can also go to World Bank. So this is how you generalize. And IAS is also doing audit for so many organizations, state government, national government, all the ministries, all the departments. So they become generalist in nature. Similarly, you can talk about foreign service, how they are generalist. Then specialist technical services, they are called technical because they are mainly focused on a single specific domain, and that domain requires special training and special information. So some of the services are Forest Service, Indian Forest Service, Indian Statistical Service. Means a person who is not having good background in statistics cannot join Indian Statistical Service. Then Central Legal Service, means a person should be graduate in law. Then Central Health Service, that is manned by doctors. Indian Economic Service, Indian Meteorological Service, they are manned by economists and scientists. So they are specialist posts. All right. So just remember what are the different generalist posts and what are different specialist posts. This is extremely crucial. Every year almost they ask one question on this, generalist versus specialist. Okay, coming on, why the generalists are favored. So this is the answer of the third question. So point in favor of generalists is that they are best suited for higher management, because they have seen everything, they have wide experience in different departments, and they can manage because they have done post car during their whole life. So they are better for higher administration. Also they have wide vision, they can think generally, they are not thinking only very parochially or specifically like specialists have a domain knowledge of a single particular sector, and they are so much knowledgeable in that sector that they are not able to think whole picture. Then tenure system of secretariat favors generalist. Tenure system means fixed tenure, like 3 years they will work in secretariat, then they will go for field job for 2 years, like that. Or tenure system means 3 years in secretariat, then 3 years in another ministry, then 3 years in field job, 3 years in some technical job, like that. Then area administration favors them. Right now our whole administration is based on area, that is district administration, then divisional administration, then state level. So district is managed by our district magistrate or district collector. Then division is governed by divisional commissioner, then state by secretaries. So the whole system is divided into area, and that is good for generalist. Because if there was specific domain administration, say for example, instead of area we were talking about all the police, all the engineering services included in the whole state, and there should be hierarchy in that engineering department. So that could be not area administration but domain administration, but right now we follow area administration. Also acts as mediator between people and government. So minister and specialist also, because ministers cannot understand what a specialist is trying to say. Specialists are narrow minded, they know more and more about less and less. So these are the points in favor of generalist. Okay, point in favor of a specialist is that generalists do not have adequate knowledge about technical areas of work, and this is asked in many questions that right now complexities are increasing, technical areas are increasing, so a specialist should also be favored. Also today administration has become more complex, more challenging, more technical, more subject specific. Also sometimes minister needs expert advice and specialized guidance from a specialist. Policies formulated by generalists are unrealistic. They do not adhere to the ground realities, which are the ground problems which specialists face. So these are some of the points in favor of specialist. Okay, then coming on the area of controversies, why there is so much controversy between specialist and generalist. First is that pay and service conditions. Generalists have generally better pay conditions as well as service conditions. Then promotion to top post is generally given to generalist. District level and divisional level are manned by generalist. Then proximity to political bosses, that is also better with generalists because they become secretaries and they have to deal with the ministers. Then inter-organizational mobility is also better in generalist. The specialists have to manage a single department or a single organization throughout their whole life. Say for example, a railway engineer will always work in railways. He will not be posted anywhere else. But a Indian administrative service officer can be posted in so many ministries and departments. Then performance appraisal of a specialist is done by generalist. So this is also a grievance of specialists. So mostly the specialists have been so they are not given that much preference, and is generalists are mostly managing all the top posts. So this is the grievance or area of controversy. And ARC recommendations are some of the recommendations that IAS functional domain should be defined, like revenue administration, magisterial functions, and regulatory work. Then senior management posts should be manned by people with adequate knowledge. That is, some specialists should be also inducted in senior management. Then professionalization of civil services, innovation in recruitment, training, and career planning. This is the general recommendation. The rational pay structure, that everyone should be paid enough irrespective of generalist or specialist, and generalist should not be appointed as managing director even temporarily of public sector enterprises because that is a technical post. Okay, so this is all about generalist versus specialist, and I think now you can answer this particular question. Question 3, that why generalists are important. Question 4 is what is difference between generalist and specialist, and question 5 is why generalists are important. So question 3 was actually why specialists are important right now, and that's it. Hope you like this video, and I will make this particular video personal administration 2, that will be related to only recruitment and all the question and answers related to the recruitment. So see you next video, and thank you guys for supporting me, and see you next video. Bye bye.